program. Like and share on your platform. Like and share to family and friends. Share the program to everyone that is close to you. Try and make sure you invite somebody to join us. We cannot do the job alone. As you connect, invite somebody to join. It's going to be a very quick one. We are not going to take much time. So, fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, try to connect so that we can be able to pass this message to those that need to hear us. It's going to be a very quick one. I will not take much of your time. Just try as much as possible. Invite somebody to join us so that we can just have these few minutes together. Then we call it a day. Like and share on your platform. Like and share to family and friends. Like and share to anyone that you can be able to reach. It is very important that we get this message across. Do not allow the blackmail or propaganda of the enemies to get hold of you. You know what we are facing. You already know that they are after us. So we cannot give them that chance to overcome us. Any little chance we have, once they give us the opportunity to come out, we come out and we speak to their front people. That is what we have been doing and we continue to do so. Even if it is one or two people that are here, we will preach the gospel. Please share. Share the program, share the program. As you join us, you share. Make sure you invite somebody to join us. Invite someone to join us. It is going to be a very quick one. Let's just say one or two things in regards to the case of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. You know that our Supreme Leader was in court today. So any place you are watching from, if you are watching from the YouTube or you are watching us from Facebook, whichever area you are watching from, I urge you to please like and share. If you are watching us from Facebook, from YouTube or any other channel, please try as much as possible to share. Invite somebody to join us. Let's have just a quick discussion on what transpired today. As I always say, every day Mazi Nnamdi kind of comes to court. Personally, what I expect is a revelation to come, and that is what has been happening. Anytime he appears in the public, a revelation is made. Anytime Mazi Nnamdi kind of appears, a revelation is made. That is the only game we'll be making all this while. Whenever he's coming to court, I know that something is going to happen. In this new era, with the new lawyers that are, and now he has the opportunity to speak to the press, it is a plus for every one of us. You know, as I have always said, for those of you who have been following this platform for a very long time, we have never ever laid our hope, belief, or trust in the court of the enemy. We have never at any point in time put our faith in the court of the zoo. And nobody that is thinking right will do so. No right-thinking person will put his mind, faith, in the court of the zoo. Because we know what they can do. We know what they're up to. We know that injustice is the order of the day to them. So there's never a time we are putting our faith in their hands. It will be the greatest mistake for anybody to make, to put your faith in the hand of a government that does not respect their own law. The government of Nigeria doesn't respect its own law. And you have seen it very clear today. You know, when we say it, people think that maybe we are saying it out of hatred. They think we are saying it because we want to. Or we are saying it because Mazi and Kanu is our brother. But that is the truth. But one thing they fail to understand in that contraption called Nigeria is that injustice against one is injustice against all. For the fact that it is happening to Mazi and Kanu and you keep silent, it is definitely going to happen to you. It is going to happen to you. It's just a question of time. Just a question of time. It is definitely going to happen to you. That is one thing every one of you should understand. When it is happening to somebody, you keep silent because you are not directly affected. You feel less concerned because it is not you. It is going to get to you. Please, as you join this very broadcast, kindly like the program and share it. Click like and share. Share in all your platforms, any platform where you are. Share it so that people can be able to get connected. You know that if you do not share, it will be difficult for people to get us where we are. So that's why we always urge people to share. While you are sharing, I'm also trying to share to the areas I have to share. So I'm not just telling you to share and I'm doing a different thing. What I'm telling you to do is exactly what I'm doing. I'm sharing to all my platforms, making sure that Biafrans are connected. Because at this time we cannot leave any stone unturned. We will not leave any stone unturned. Everybody that have to be reached, we are going to reach them. Anybody that needs to be talked to, we are going to talk to them. No matter how they continue to hide, no matter how they continue to persecute us, no matter how they continue to oppress us, we will not allow them. We will continue to push the informations and choke them with it. We are going to choke them with the information. So, do not relent in your effort. Don't allow anybody to distract you. No matter what you hear, no matter what you see, do not get distracted. Be focused on that which matters, our freedom. We are going to be free. So please, when you join us, you click like and you share. Share to people around you so that they can join us on this message. Share. So my fellow Biafrans, I am sorry for the little obstruction because this is something that we must do. Those who are not connected, we try to make them get connected. You know, some people are not getting the information about this, so we have to reach them. As some, we have to send the link to them personally. That is what you have to do. If you are part of this very platform, there are people you need to be informing. Anytime you come online, or anytime you find us online, you share to them. Even if you don't have time to join, you share to them so that they can join. Because the conventional media is not our friend. We have only the social media to pass this information. And with the little time we have, we will. So every one of us have seen how the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today went. And as I was saying, the joy of the whole thing is that each time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appears in their court, he will pass a very strong message. Each time they bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court, they regret why they ever brought him to court. Each time they bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court, it exposes the zoological republic called Nigeria the more. Each time they bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the court, it shows the world that truly, what they have there is a zoo and not a place where human beings exist. You know, when we call the contraption zoo, some people think it's just an act of hatred or we just want to entertain them. It's not to entertain you. It is what it is. And people have even gone ahead to say that calling Nigeria a zoo is even better. That it is better described as a jungle. The lawlessness in Nigeria is smelly. The lawlessness is so smelly. Today you see our student Mazi Nnamdi can make a case for himself. He stood in their court and he was telling them to their face what they need to know. He was calling them out, stating the obvious. In a court, you are sitting on a case while you are disobeying your own law. The duty of the judiciary in any country is to uphold the law of the country, right? The judiciary, their duty, their primary objective is to uphold the law of the nation. That is why they say that the court is the last hope of ordinary man. But in the contraption called Nigeria, court is the end, the lost hope of ordinary man. Nigerian court is the lost hope of ordinary man. And you have seen it today. When you see what transpired, now you begin to understand why we are not relenting in what we are doing. Why we are not looking at the zoo and their games. You begin to understand why the Prime Minister is expanding his hands, is expanding his connections. You understand why the Prime Minister is strengthening the Biafran forces more and more. You now begin to understand why the Liberation Army remains the only solution. Today you understand why we must equip the Liberation Army to the teeth. You have seen it in their court today. Before the whole world, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stood in their court and made that genuine argument, and the judge had nothing to say. Because the judge's hands are tied in a country where injustice is the order of the day. You see, when you see these things, these are the things that point to the fact that Nigeria will never, ever survive. Every one of you know there are supposed to be 3 arms of the government. In Nigeria, as they told us, they have 3 arms of government in Nigeria. You have the judiciary, you have the legislature, and you have the executive. The judiciary, the legislature, and the executive. These are 3 arms of government operating on their own to checkmate each other. That is what they told us. But that is not what they are practicing. Every one of us knows today that the executives control the judiciary and controls the legislation. The executive control both of them, and these two, the judiciary and the legislature, have nothing to say. When it comes to the judiciary, the president handpicked who he wants to make the Chief Justice of the Federation. And the Chief Justice that he has chosen will manipulate everything that happens in that country to his favor. In the same way, they try as much as possible to see that the person they have in legislature as the Senate President is one of them, one of the criminals. And when you see criminals holding posts, all the key posts are being held by criminals, how on earth do you expect to get justice? The president of the country is a fraudster. He forged certificates. Not only forged certificates, he is a drug baron. A man whose identity is not known by the people he's ruling. A man who forged a certificate, nobody knows his date of birth up to today. Nobody knows his source of income. And yet, he rules to the heart of the president. Look at the person who is in charge of the legislature today, the Senate president. Senate president have been indicted in fraud. His cases are in EFCC. A criminal, a born criminal who is supposed to be rotting in jail. That's his president they made the Senate president. In fact, his case was before the EFCC, before he jumped ship from PDP to APC. It was because of his fraudulent act that made him to enter into APC, because the late Muhammad Buhari gave him condition. It's either you jump ship or you'll be thrown to jail. That was when the other criminal in Edo State, Oshomole, made a popular statement when he said that once you join APC, all your sins are forgiven. And today you can see what the idiot is doing in the Senate. Everyone can see it. You saw the padding story that came out, how they padded the budget and they increased it times 3 for their own personal benefit. Now you come to the judiciary. Judiciary is in their pocket. The idiot there, the one that called himself a president, was the one that handpicked the person he made Chief Justice, which we saw him when he entered into wheelchair to go to the UK and discuss with him privately. They have several private meetings abroad when his case was coming up. So seeing the way that very country is programmed, how can any human being begin to think that you can get justice in Nigeria or that Nigeria can function well? It is impossible. It's just like the cow or camel passing through the eye of the needle. It's like passing the camel through the eye of the needle. That is what it is. When you say, oh, Nigeria is going to be better, let us work it out. Work what out? Today you saw Mazi Nnamdi in court, stating the obvious. He was speaking. Using their own law, he was showing them the law of Nigeria. He was asking them simply, why are you not following the law that your country have made? Why are you not pursuing my case based on the law that your own country have made? He made it clear that he is willing and open to face their law court based on the legality that they put by themselves. Why is it that Mazi Nnamdi is treated differently? Why is it that they have taken every single right of Mazi Nnamdi, abusing him on a daily basis? Why? And nobody sees anything wrong with it. When Biafrans sit at home and say it will happen, they begin to fight Biafrans. Why would they say that? A man that has not committed a crime, a man whom their own court, the contraption court, the court of Nigeria has said, let this man go. He has not committed any crime. Their own court. Their own court say, allow this man to go. And one of the courts said, in black and white, he said that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction over the case of Mazi Nnamdi until they explain the situation surrounding his kidnapping from Kenya. When they brought the issue of jumping bail, their own court affirms that Mazi Nnamdi did not jump bail. He was in his home enjoying the bail that was granted to him, and the Zoological Republic, their terrorist army, went to his house to take his life. They sent terrorists after him to assassinate him. And Mazi Nnamdi narrowly escaped death. And the judge himself confirmed that it's only a tree that will hear that will be called down and it will stand. That every human being will escape for his or her life when the life is being threatened. And the court said that Mazi Nnamdi did not jump bail, but it was the Nigerian government that went to his house to take his life. And they violated his right and he ran for his life. With all this said in their own high court, with all this being stated in their own court, the least any judge can do is to reinstate his bail. First of all, reinstate his bail. That is the first thing to do. You have to reinstate his bail. Then when you reinstate his bail, you begin to talk. You begin to consider, maybe you can have something to say. But you cannot be holding Mazi Nnamdi in solitary confinement. An innocent man, you are holding him in solitary confinement and you are coming to court and say you want to try him. Try him for what? What are you trying him for? What has he done? What has he done wrong? Have you seen Mazi Nnamdi with weapon? People who have brandished AK-47 and threatened the whole tribe are still walking around free. People who are bearing arms, who have taken lives, people who have taken lives, not one, not two, in that same contraption, they say they gave them amnesty and they forgave them. And they reinstate them into their military and they are paying them. So many of them are under salary today. In the same country that have refused and rejected the rights of an innocent man. When you see all these events unfolding on different places, you begin to understand why the Biafrans will never ever bow down in any game they are playing in that contraption. You can never ever convince any Biafran to remain in the zoo. Those of them today who are afraid to speak in the open, those of them who are now comfortable in the fraud, many of them from Biafra land, but because they have been swimming in fraud for a very long time, that they cannot afford to live a decent life anymore, they keep silent and think it's all this well. It is going to get to you. What is happening to Mazi Nnamdi is going to happen to every single one of you. We were here when Ojo Kanu cried. When it got to him, when what Nigeria happened to Ojo Kanu, just a little bit they sampled him. He cried and said, Nigeria has not forgotten any of us. He said, this country has not been fair to us. And when he was making that statement, he wasn't referring to the Biafran. He was referring to himself and his fellow criminals. And he saw him shedding tears. He thought that selling his people is going to grant him Senate president. When he lost it, he began to cry. We also saw Hope Uzodinma who sold out the Biafrans. In fact, even when the whole Biafrans rejected the late Muhammad Buhari, Hope Uzodinma was the only person that stood with him. And he was doing everything possible because they promised him that he's going to be the president. They promised him heaven and earth. But when the time came, they came to his house to kidnap him in broad daylight. They didn't come in secret. They came to the home of Hope Uzodinma to kidnap him. We all watch it live. This is a man who they have revered for a very long time, who made all his investment in the north. He can speak Hausa more than the Hausa man. He has more investment. He has given the northerners more scholarship than he gave in his own region. But yet, they crushed him to the ground. When was the last time you heard from Hope Uzodinma? Not Hope Uzodinma. What's his name? When was the last time you heard from Rocha Sokorocha? Sorry. When was the last time you heard from Rocha Sokorocha? Rochas Okorocha, when was the last time you heard from him? We saw when they came to kidnap him, he was crying and sharing tears and remember to pray. And they whisked him away like a fowl. After that incident, where have we had him again? What about the one, Ekperemadu, who has been in the Senate for donkey years, only to be selling the right of Biafra? That is all he knows how to sell the right of Biafra. He has never been able to win any project for the Biafran people. He has never been able to pass any single bill that will favor the Biafrans, even when he has spent almost 30 years in the Senate. At the end of the day, how did he end up? At the end of the day, he ended up in prison in the UK. And he's still serving in the prison as we speak. That is how every one of them will end. When we tell them that Nigeria is not for them, they will not agree. Just like today. As we are talking and talking, Fani Fisi Paka Paka Paka. Ana Wagine Fisi Paka 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 Paka. When you are being told and warned, you are Fisi Paka Paka Paka. When it will happen to you, you are not going to get any remedy. Nigeria is not for you. You can see the situation of Mazi Nnamdi. And some of you think it is fun, right? Today, even people who do not understand, sometimes when we come online and say some things, it will seem as if maybe we just made it up. When we are saying something online, some people don't take us serious. They think that maybe we are just entertaining ourselves, or maybe we are just putting words together that are not real. But today, you saw Mazi Nnamdi saying the same thing we have been saying all this while. He stood in the court and he challenged them. The judge before him could not say a word. He told the judge to his face, obey your own law and give me my right. I am ready to pass through the justice system. Give me my right. Obey your own law. I'm not ready to obey me, not to obey the Biafran law. Your own law that you have put in place. Why are you throwing it aside? Why are you putting it aside? Why are you putting your own law aside? Because you want to get at a Biafra. Because you want to make sure that you destroy a Biafra. Because you want to make sure that you trample on the right of a Biafra. You haven't seen nothing yet. The battle that is about to come, the battle that is coming, you can never stand it. No matter how you try, no matter what you do, you can't face the battle that is coming. The battle is heavy and it's going to consume you. The Liberation Army of Biafra is preparing heavily. Now you understand why our Prime Minister is not looking back. You see that in most of our platform, when the court is coming, we don't even care to announce it. We don't keep wait the way other people are waiting. We do not. Because we know what is going to be the outcome. Whenever the case of Mazi Nnamdi is coming up, initially we used to announce it, we talk about it. But today we don't talk about it because we know what is going to be the outcome. And most importantly, we have said it time and time again. It's been made clear that the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi is not in the hand of the zoo. It's in our hand. And that is why every one of us have to sit up. We must have to sit up. The main aim of kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi is to stop Biafra from coming. When Mazi Nnamdi told them that Biafra is coming, and he gave 150 days. From the moment Mazi Nnamdi made a broadcast where he was looking only for 100 men, he said, if I get 100 men, I will move. They began to plan. When Mazi Nnamdi announced the 150 days prayer, he said, after the 150 days, we will march. They couldn't hold him because they know he's a man of his word. They went and kidnapped him to stop the restoration of Biafra. But they did their greatest mistake. They did their greatest mistake. Because the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu opened the new page of the new dimension that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prophesied about. The kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brought fulfillment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prophecy. The supreme leader of IPOB prophesied and said that this man you are looking at is bringing a new dimension to this struggle. Follow him, listen to him, share his videos. Chukwu use the zoo to quicken and open fully that template. I used to say that maybe, just maybe, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was around, we might not be as fast as we are. Our prime minister might not have an open ticket the way he has an open ticket to do things as fast as he has done. But Chukwu does not want those slowness and those confusion. He kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu aside. And today you can see the speed of the prime minister. Very focused. It does not, you can't, in short, you can't slow him down. The more you try to slow him down, the more you give him reason to be faster. Any attempt or move you make to slow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down, you have just poured fuel into the fire. And today, just as he has promised, he has succeeded in making the kingdom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu useless. That was exactly what he said when they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When he took over the affairs to encourage them, he said that we are going to make the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu useless in the hand of the zoo. And that is why you see Mazi Nnamdi, when he's talking about the restoration of Biafra, he doesn't look back. It doesn't matter who you are. If you stand on the way, you will be crushed. Every second, every minute, when he preached about the restoration of Biafra, he doesn't look back. He has said this on several occasions that he doesn't have special friends, no special enemy. He is just focused on the restoration of Biafra. No permanent friend and no permanent enemy. No friend. The only thing that links us all together is the restoration of Biafra, our collective interest of freedom. And that is how it should be. You don't choose a leader because you love him. You don't choose a leader because he is handsome. You must not love a leader for you to choose him. You choose a leader because he or she is qualified. Today, the position of Mazi Nnamdi, he merits it. If you think that Mazi Nnamdi doesn't merit it, show me somebody who stands close to him. If you feel that Mazi Nnamdi is not supposed to be in the position he is today, show me one person that stands close. Show me one person. Show me one person that stands close, wherever he or she is, and then you show me how the area that the person is recognize that person as a Biafran. It is not something that is up for debate. It is only the haters that will always come and begin to say something different. The haters will come and tell you rubbish, but we know them, and their word never moves us. You can continue to hate for all I care. It does not change the truth. Your hatred cannot change anything. It will not stop Mazi Nnamdi from being who he is. Your hatred cannot move us an inch. Chukwu Kukadiama, who brought us on this planet Earth and placed us on that part of the world, has made it that we are going to be there. Your hatred, your propaganda, your blackmail cannot change anything. Today, the Liberation Army of Biafra are much more equipped than ever. And they will continue to be equipped. The Liberation Army of Biafra can stand anything today, any war from anywhere. It doesn't matter where the war is coming from. They can stand it. Remember in 1967, we started with nothing. In 1967, we started with nothing and we fought against the world. Today, we are in an advanced world. The Biafrans are very, very advanced and vast today. And today, we are prepared. You can't take us away. We are prepared. And the world today is not like what it used to be in 1967. In 1967, it's very easy to catch information and not allow information to go out. But in 2024, there is no way you can conduct any media blockade, not to Biafrans. There is no way you can blockade Biafrans in media in 2024. It's not possible. Even with your internet, we are going to create our own means. Already, as we speak, our social media network is going to be launched any moment from now. And when it's been launched, it is going to knock off every of these things, all of these platforms that are just holding us down. Every of these platforms that are censoring our videos, platforms that are holding us bound, don't allow us to expand. When they see our program, they block it, they tighten it up. That is why you will see somebody that have more than 15,000 subscribers, more than 15,000 followers on Facebook, and yet when you come online, only one person will be watching you. You think it's ordinary. It is not ordinary. They are doing all this to discourage us. They are doing all this to make sure they keep us down. They are doing all this to make sure that we cannot be able to explore. But I bet you they came late. The only people that will be affected are the people who are not taking this very restoration of Biafra as their project. For me, everything about Biafra is my business because I know it affects me directly. If Biafra comes today, it is going to solve most of my problem automatically. If Biafra comes today, my burden is going to be reduced. 80% of my burden will be gone. That is how important it is. So, when I'm speaking about Biafra, I don't care how you feel or what you think. Anything that does not support the interest of the Biafran people, count me out. I can't be there. And I do support because people are supporting. I don't speak because people are speaking. I speak based on what I feel and what I see and what I have investigated, what I have seen. I don't just speak because people are speaking. No. Even if we are on the same struggle and you are falling out, you are going out of line, I'm not going to follow you simply because you are with me. No. I will make my verification, do my own investigation before I am going to carry out anything I want to do. And that is what I expect from every other Biafrans. We must all be consistent in our pursuit for freedom. We must all be focused on what we want to do. Do not get distracted in any way, in any manner. Don't allow anybody to come in between you and your freedom. The enemies are always there, looking for when you are going to give them a chance to penetrate. Don't. Today, Chukwu Okike has been so graceful to open up every hidden agenda, every lie they have told. He has exposed them. Today, you and I know that the Department of Civil War have confessed. The DOS, or whatever they call them, they confess and say that they are not fighting to restore Biafra. What they are doing is just sensitization. They are not interested in restoration. So all this while that you have been making contribution to them, all this while you have been supporting them, you are wasting your time. They have come to confess that they are not pursuing the freedom of Biafra. And you and I know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has deserted them. The supreme leader of IPU, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have distanced himself from them. And today they are fighting hard to bring themselves back into the game, but it's not possible President Nnamdi is a man of policy. He doesn't take action very fast, but whenever he takes action, he is always firm in it. Today they are looking for recognition. That is why some of them will be somewhere shouting and praising politicians. Some are praising politicians out of their confusion, exposing themselves right, left, and center, disgracing themselves right, left, and center. And that is the spirit of Biafra. Once you go against the spirit of Biafra, the spirit will disgrace you. It will so disgrace you that you will not be up to one kobo again in the eye of the Biafra. The spirit of Biafra will disgrace you to the extent that you will not amount to one kobo anymore. That is how the spirit of Biafra works. The later you learn your lesson, the better for you. If you don't learn your lesson, you are going to learn in a hard way. Take that from me. If you do not learn your lesson now, you will learn in a hard way. Wherever you are as a Biafra, the only hope you have now is the Biafra Republic of Exile. So, support it the best way you can. Support. Go to the link and make your donation every 24/7. It is not only on fundraising day. Don't wait until Saturday. You must not wait until Saturday, fundraising day, before you make your donation. 24/7, every minute of the day, you can make your donation. Just go and donate. Donate to the Biafran Liberation Army. It is something that is worth doing. Go and do it and you watch your life change. Your story will change and you will never be the same. Chukwu Okikabem have promised us that nobody who genuinely pursue the freedom of his own people, committing finance and everything, you can never lack. Never. You will never lack. In whichever area you know you can perform, please begin to do it now. Our enemies know that we are going. That is why today they have intensified the terrorist attack. You saw the terrorist attack in Biafra land that happened yesterday. That they used the trailer of Dangote. Dangote trailer. They used to run and take the life of Biafrans, children, men and women. And they call it accident. They have been doing it. Terrorists act. We know how the terrorists operate. When they cannot come with arms into the area, they can use anything they have and convert it to weapon. We've had terrorists hijack even plane. They hijack trailer. They hijack anything hijackable. They use cars. And what we are doing in Biafra land, and which they have been doing, using trailer. Sometimes you hear tanker explosion. Every tanker explosion, every tanker accident is happening in Biafra land. Why is it always in Biafra land? And they will take this crude oil successfully from Biafra land to the north. In that northern part of the area, there is no accident. Accident never happened in the north. How many times have you heard that a tanker caught fire in the northern part of Nigeria? Have you ever heard that a tanker fell down in the northern part of Nigeria? The only place you will hear such news is in Biafra land. And it is nothing but a terrorist attack against the Biafra. But because we have morons who claim to be governors, we have people who are manipulated. Even they claim to be protecting you, but they can never make a case for you. The people who we have in the affair, in the head of affairs, are people who do not care about their own self, let alone care about it. May Chukwu Okikabem have mercy on all of us. My fellow Biafrans, well, I appreciate everyone for coming across this evening. Tomorrow morning, we are still going to have another broadcast. So those who cannot be able to join this evening can join us tomorrow morning on the morning broadcast. We are still going to have a broadcast tomorrow. And then remember, in the morning broadcast, that is where you can have chance to come in and make a contribution. In the evening program, I am the only one that speak. I don't bring people in. But morning program, I give opportunity for people to come in and air their opinion, make their contribution, and ask their questions. Fellow Biafrans, the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is going to be free. But that freedom will come through you, through me. It is not going to come through the court. It's not going to come from any man or woman or any lawyer or judge. It is going to come through the Biafran people. So, you must support the Biafran Liberation Army under the command of our Prime Minister Mazi, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. Support him the best way you can. Put your resources there. And I bet you the result is going to be massive. The result is going to be massive, massive. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect everyone that has been patient to join me on this evening program. Please, if you have not shared, share. If you have not liked, like. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Make sure that we pass this message across. They don't want us to talk, but we will talk. As long as we have connections, as long as our platform is still running, even if it is one person that is watching, the gospel must be preached. The gospel must be preached. I appreciate every one of you that has paid attention this evening. Now you understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case in the zoo. He has no case whatsoever. They are just detaining him unnecessarily. They are just abusing his rights. And because we are living in a world where people do not care, including their so-called Amnesty International and United Nations and EU, these are all bunch of liars and deceivers who only establish an organization for their own selfish interests. Whatever they give the name is not for you. Human Rights Organization, Amnesty International, United Nations, EU, they are not for you as a black person. Most especially a Biafran, they are not for you. Don't put your hope in them. We are going to free ourselves and we will sponsor our freedom. And Biafrans are doing it today. We are doing it and we will continue to do it until we are completely freed. Our independence is going to be like no other. I thank you for being part of this program. Remember, if you have not yet casted your vote on the self-referendum, go and vote. Biafran people are voting massively. Massive voting is ongoing in Biafran land. So please, go and vote if you have not done so. Go and vote if you have not done so. It is very important. This is something that every one of us will do. I urge you to play your part. Do what you have to do to see that the voice of Biafran people is being heard. We are going to be free. No man is going to stop it. The declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra is going to happen December 2nd. And remember the word of our Prime Minister. He said, from October, expect things to be happening. And we are waiting and watching. We are already seeing things happening. But wait until October. The convention is going to take place November, December. Prepare yourself. If you want to apply for the convention, you want to apply for your ID card, go to biafrasecurityadministration.org. biafrasecurityadministration.org. Go there and make your application known. Send in your application for Lati Convention in Finland. Send in your application for your ID card. If you are applying for ID card, make sure you submit a passport photograph. Professionally taken passport photograph, not the one you take with your phone. A professionally taken passport photograph. And submit for your ID card. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect every one of you that has joined us on this evening broadcast. We are going to see again tomorrow morning by the special grace of Chukwu Okike. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect all our liberation army, the resistance fighters, the Black Marine, the Strike Force, the Air Force. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect the de facto government in the Holy Land and every member of the cabinet. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect all our media warriors speaking on different platforms. May Chukwu Okukara protect our Prime Minister, Mazi. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. We pray for wisdom, knowledge, understanding from him. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi for more strength. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi for healing power. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi for revelation, more wisdom. May Chukwu Okukara guide and protect him. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper as Biafrans. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I appreciate all those who are watching either from Facebook or you are watching from YouTube. I thank you for your patience and hanging around up to this minute. Share if you have not yet shared. And I'm going to see you again tomorrow by the special research program. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move airborne.